Good morning. Oh man, how are you? It's Thursday. Let me see if I can sit this down. I don't have my what do you call it? My stand. Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. I hope you are well. Hello, Carolyn and Kathy. Hello, Kimberly Areola. Good morning, Abby. Hello, Chelsea and Carrie. I'm doing good, Carol. I am. What? 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 What is the issue? Sophia, you were asked to do a few dishes. Nobody asked you to go out into the... They could have been done last night and there would be less. Why do you think I wash dishes after every meal? So they don't pile up. Hey, Don Dugo. Hello, Karina. Hey, Kristen. Hey, Holly. Didn't sleep much last night, but that was mostly, honestly, from gas pain from them. I guess they do blow gas in you because I was intubated. They call it a soft intubation, which I guess means it doesn't go all the way down the throat, but it goes in your airway so that they can, I guess, fill you with gas. So I did have some nasty gas pains last night. I still have them this morning, but not as bad. But the pain from this part is actually tolerable. Quite tolerable. I've only taken Tylenol once. 2 Tylenol last night before bed. But the gas pain is what gets you, and it's in my abdomen, only on the left side. So I've been doing my laps back and forth from the couch to the front door. Sophia is not home from school. She just goes to school later in the day because she has, the first 2 periods are like study hall because she has college classes. Brian's already off at school. Oh, nice. You've already Christmas shopped and you're Christmas wrapping? Wow. That is impressive. So yeah, the surgery went exceptionally well. They got the big lump under my armpit, I believe. I don't feel it. And I can feel it when I put my arm down. And I don't feel it anymore, so I'm assuming it's gone. I guess maybe it's not unfortunate, maybe it's fortunate. I don't know. Yeah. Did he not take it out? I think he did. I don't feel it, but I also can't touch it. But I don't feel it when I put my arm down. This is live in lieu of Tioli, yes. I told Tiffany that we'll be back at it next week. But so the surgery went off without a hitch. The issue, and this is like par for the course for me. So if you don't know anything about breast augmentation, the basics are this. They have multiple sets of implants. And you go into the operating room and the doctor tries various sizes to see which one fits your body best based on what you asked for. So he had in there a B, a small C, a larger C, and these are CCs, not like cup sizes, but basically the equivalent of a B, the equivalent of a small C, the equivalent of a full C, and then the equivalent of like a small D. Like they have a lot of implants sitting back there that they order. And so I wanted a small C. That's what I wanted. I'm 5'6". I have wide shoulders, broad shoulders. I thought that would look nice. My chest wall, I guess, is so small that they could only fit the B in. He couldn't even attempt the small C. Couldn't even get him in there. So part of me, when Dave told me this and I woke up, because I've yet to even see them. I've yet to even see them. I haven't taken anything off. I can't shower until tomorrow. But what I can tell you is that the most that I was able to get was a B. So I went up one size. So if that doesn't, like, I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's karma. I don't know. No, I feel like the lump is gone. I don't want to touch under here, and it's still very numb. The lump that I had, by the way, was not cancer or anything like that. The lump that I had was migrated breast tissue from breastfeeding into my armpit. I don't have drains. Surgery was very simple. Yes, he couldn't get them in. That's what she said, Jen. Literally. So I just have these. Now, they're perky. They're sitting up. They're hard, which they're supposed to be. They said it's going to take a couple of weeks. But I could not believe when I woke up and Dave was like, they could only put the smallest ones in there. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Because you see these tiny women with these Dolly Parton. Now, I didn't want Dolly Parton tots, you know. I don't have drains. Now, what I will tell you is I did specifically say, I want to look natural. I'm a 45-year-old woman. I don't think that I look younger than 45. I think I look right par for the course at 45. So I did, and I got an implant that is the quote unquote most natural looking on the market. But my kids, after 3 kids and doing breastfeeding 3 times, there was nothing left to these things. And they were completely deflated, but apparently there was just no space to stick these damn implants. That was all I could get. So I don't know. I guess they're not tater tots anymore. Now they're like baby red potatoes. Baby red potatoes. Why did you have it done? Did you really need bigger boobs? You looked fine before. Wow. Well, I hope you're okay. So I talked about this a little bit last night on my stories because somebody posted in a comment that I did have a good doctor. He's a phenomenal doctor and he did a great job and he didn't try to push it and he did exactly what he was supposed to do. I am not unhappy with knowing that they are only B's. I'm fine with it. I wanted them to be inflated instead of deflated, which is what I'm getting now. So I'm joking around. I just thought it was hilarious that he was like, there's no room at the inn. So anyway, somebody asked me in the comments last night, they're like, I don't think she got breast augmentation. She's not that type of person. And it made me think or question, what type of person gets breast augmentation? Like, what does that mean? What type? Because for me, this was about, it was a lack of confidence thing. I felt like I never went through puberty. I felt like I never grew boobies. They just never, like even before kids, I never had them. Then I breastfed and they did their job, but they got even more shredded. I went under the muscle. So to me, it's like, what type of person does this? Well, I guess the type of person who saves their money I saved up my money for this for a very long time. I've contemplated doing this for the past 20 years. I only pulled the trigger now at 45 because there's something about midlife that just says, fuck it. Fuck it. And I think I'm the type of person that, we don't take a lot of vacations. I don't buy clothing and shoes and purses and get my hair done. And, I'm not spending money on those things. I am spending money apparently on rubber table massages, which I'll do again, in 12 weeks after these puppies are healed. But my point is, I work all the time. And for those of you who don't know, and you're just seeing me on the internet looking like this, like, what is it that you do for work, lady? You don't look like you work. We have other businesses that you guys sometimes see on here, but you don't see me necessarily doing them, right? We have a laundry detergent company named The Laundry Lady. She's our passion project, our baby. We promote clean, waterless detergent sheets for the dishwasher, for your laundry, and scent boosting beads now. We've been working on her for 4 years. We have an apartment building that we renovated from the ground up. Literally, it had 3 walls and half a roof. We now have 9 tenants in that building. We have a pool cleaning company. We do a podcast. Doesn't make any money, but it's a job. So I think what got me about that question, and I wasn't angry that the person asked it or proposed it, but what does that mean? What type? What type of person? So to me, it's like, well, would you say, so I guess my question really was, would you say this to a 20-year-old who made this choice, or a 25, or a 30-year-old, or somebody who didn't have kids versus who had kids, or just because I'm a middle-aged woman? I don't know. But I wasn't mad about it. I just talked about it a little bit on the stories because it's like, meh, But I'm happy because I'm not in nearly as much pain as I anticipated. It feels like an elephant is sitting on my chest. There's a lot of pressure. They feel enormous, even though they're really not. I was going to try and take this off. It's just so sore, but it's very difficult to see. Let me see. They've got the most hideous brassiere. Most hideous brassiere, as you can see it. Let me see if I can give you guys a shot of the cannons. But as you can see, all of this, see, they're small. They're not big whatsoever. Somebody will look at me and be like, what do you mean you got a boob job? Which, going all natural is the point. But like I've never had anything here in my life. Never had any type of fullness. You could always see my rib cage. And now you're really not able to see it as much. Now, this swelling, they said, will go down in about 72 hours. This is a sexy brassiere, is it not? But this is full. You will forever feel the weight of them. Yeah, they don't feel heavy. I just feel a lot of pressure. Now I got to figure out how to button myself. I buttoned it all wrong last night. Dave was looking at me. He's like, your buttons are mismatched. I'm like, well, you could come over here and help. Are you afraid the pain will come after the numbness wears off? They're not numb. The armpit, for whatever reason, feels numb. These don't feel numb. These feel like an elephant has sat on top of me. So I'm feeling it's not a crazy pain. Like I said, I'm taking Tylenol. But yeah, so it's, but I would recommend to anybody who doesn't feel confident in their skin to, if you want to save up the money to do something like this, I definitely wouldn't tell you to go into debt for it, but I saved for a long time and stashed money away. Like 2 years, like a long time. And, occasionally would say, no, I'm not going to do it. And then say, I'm going to do it. And then say, no, I'm not going to do it. And then I ultimately did it. Yeah, I did this yesterday at 3:00. So they're called Motiva. Andrea, kudos to you for having a hysterectomy and only taking ibuprofen and Tylenol. My hysterectomy was one of my hardest recoveries. You did really well. If you were able, that one threw me for a loop. Hysterectomy was tough. Jen, I don't think I slept more than an hour at a time last night from these stupid gas pains. And I'm sleeping on the couch, right? Because it reclines. But you get into a certain position. So let's see. I started out with a 34 double A. I would assume that's what I had. I don't even know that you could call it an A. Before I had my 2 children, I breastfed them both, more with my second son because I had more milk. I changed to B size since then. I lost the weight from my pregnancy. I still stayed size B cup, never lost it. Now I'm a C. So mine never grew, Leslie. Mine never grew. Hey, Meredith Morgan. Oh, Darlene. Yeah, I'm really doing, I would say these scam calls. Did you have to go all day without eating? I did. I got soup, wonton soup for dinner with some rice. And then this morning, Dave just made me eggs and raisin toast. It was delicious. Yeah, the hysterectomy recovery was bad. That's crazy. I'm so glad that you did so well with it. I did not do well with my hysterectomy. Were you super small? I don't even think the word small could discuss the size of my breasts prior to this. Non-existent. Nipples. I had nipples. And they looked in different directions. I'm interested to see how they sit now. Like, do my nipples still look in different directions? You were an E? I went from a B to a double D after kids. Oh my gosh. See, I didn't. I only got smaller and smaller and smaller, if at all possible. Scars underneath the boob. Yeah, put them back where they belong, Mary. Put them back. It really is, for women, See, so I said to my husband, and this is a very vulnerable thing to say. This is a very intimate thing to say, but you guys know me and I will say these things. I was so self-conscious when we would be together. If I was facing him, it didn't matter if he was, yeah. It didn't matter if I was facing him. Like if he was looking at my tater tots, I felt embarrassed. He told me he's never felt that way. He loves them. No, I'm on the main page. He told me he's never felt that way. He's always loved them just the way they were. He said all the right things that husbands are supposed to say. Said all the right things husbands are supposed to say. But I never felt. I was always embarrassed. And I wanted to feel more confident. So that was why I made the choice. Look at all these women in here that went from a B to a double D after having kids. Mine didn't get any bigger.
Show the women what you're sending me in my feed?
Okay, first of all, you send me pictures of women's naked rear ends, so I just returned the favor.
So, I want them to tell me which of these speaks more. And don't mind the color, because the color scheme will change. Like for a template for laundry lady. And
we're on Etsy? I don't know what's happening.
Templates for posts.
Oh. You went up to a triple D after having kids? I don't even know what that means.
And yes, this is more like the color you like, so just the layout. So.
He's showing me laundry lady. Loaded baked potatoes. I don't know that we can call them loaded baked potatoes, but they're definitely like red potatoes now. Like the size of red potatoes. I don't know that they're the size of full baked potatoes.
What do you like?
That's very hard to see.
Well, the layout.
We're trying to make new ads for the laundry lady. I say we, Dave.
Layout.
They really can't see that. I would have to post this and get people to respond.
There's the blue one.
I like the blue better.
Well, I know you like the color. I'm more worried about.
Lauren, that is very large breasts for a 5'7" frame at 135 pounds. Yeah, I don't like those as much as the blue. No, I didn't like the spacing on that. Right, Cindy. Samantha went from a B to a non-existent. That's what I would classify mine were, non-existent. How many CCs did I get? Dave? I think 260. It was the smallest ones they had. The smallest ones. What did you get? The smallest ones. Wow. You went from an A to a D breastfeeding and then back to a deflated B. Yeah. The blue is attention getting. I liked the blue. I hear you, puppy, and daddy is going to put you out in a minute. Here's the other problem right now that I'm already starting to struggle with, and it's not been, it's been like 18 hours since my surgery. I can't put the dogs out. I can't clean up. I can't do dishes. I can't do anything. And the note that I got says that I can't do these things for 2 weeks, which seems ridiculous. So I have my post-op appointment on the 18th, and I'm going to have to ask, like, can I start doing laundry and dishes in a week? Because this house will it'll look like an episode of Hoarders. Like, there's just absolutely no way that I cannot cook, clean, take care of the animals, and do these things for 2 weeks. We'll have to move out and burn the house down. I mean, you heard how Sophia did the dishes. Ellen, I agree. Like, there's no way. And they did check. So I had a mammogram prior to the surgery, and they did check, and there was nothing to biopsy. So the girls are very healthy. There were no issues. They did say that if they went in and they found anything that looked mysterious, that they would not complete the surgery and that they would be sending labs off to biopsy things, but they didn't have to do that. Everything was perfectly normal. I also got blood work done prior to this. So it's, I checked off all my boxes and make sure, and I did my due diligence. So it, oh, you got a piggy? You got a piggy? You doing piggies? Sorry. Your husband and kids should help. They should. Capital S. They need to go OUT when you have a minute. Yeah, very tight. They're very tight. Well, did you say I had 260 put in? People are asking. 220? Oh my God, even smaller. 220. Couldn't even get the 260s in.
Your oversized sternum.
He didn't say that, did he? Dave said the surgeon said I had an oversized sternum.
They're about a big.
No, they're not. I tried to show everybody.
No.
Well, not that way. Like just like showing them that you can't see my ribs anymore. But that could just be the swelling. Because you could see my ribs here.
He said you were so tight he had to stretch. And that was
oops.
You could barely get that to fit with that.
Which I don't understand. It's not like I have tight skin. I just don't have any room there.
Right.
Because I don't have tight skin. My skin sags. There was no space. Sinus surgery has to be an awful experience, Terry. How long was I under? How long was the procedure? 45 minutes? It was fast, right?
Yeah. I'm assuming you did, when you said you were going back, you didn't start right away.
No, probably another 15 to 20 minutes after
Maybe
that.
An hour, because they needed to do your armpit.
Yeah, the armpit lump. An hour. It doesn't take very long. I mean, they do how many boobs a day? Oh, happy 40th. You got your new boobs at 40, Diana. See? You spell O-U-T also? Yes, you have to say O-U-T when you're talking about the dogs. Because they know. No, don't come over here, please. I'm worried about Kiki.
Kiki.
Because, no, don't put her in the kennel. She can come out here. I'll put a pillow over me. She's just got to lay down. I'm just a little bit worried about Kiki because she's very needy and she jumps. Ruth has been next to me the entire time. Nope, this is why. Nope. Get down. She's jumped up right next to me. I don't want her on me. I'm trying to put pillows around me. I've got like a fortress because I don't want the dogs next to me. Oh, Ariel, I hope you feel better. Those hysterectomies are tough. No, ma'am. She got a napkin. Good Lord. Yours was 3 hours? Oh my gosh, you poor thing. Yeah, they told me they fluff and settle, and it takes a solid 12 weeks. They said the major swelling will subside after 3 days, and then they will sort of settle down into your chest. Hey. Yeah, they put you out. You get a nice nap. Hey. No, Kiki. All right, I got to go to the bathroom. I got to pee, so I got to take a walk, and then I'm going to do another lap. Well, Katie, I send you prayers and good vibes for your mastectomy and reconstruction on the 24th. Rest and stay up on your pain meds because that's got to hurt way worse than what I had done. And like Gretchen is saying in here, follow the doctor's orders. I did not have expanders put in, I don't think. It just went straight to implants. I just didn't have enough room for them. Gallbladder is another one. I've had that done. I've had my gallbladder removed. I've had a hysterectomy. I've had 1 ovary removed. I had esophageal tumor and 2 hernia mesh repairs. And I can tell you that this is by far the easiest, breeziest that I've ever felt on the day 1 after surgery. But was probably the least invasive. Kiki. All right. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. If you have been following the Korean spa experience, part 4 is going up today. There's 2 more parts, part 4 and 5. I would say, I think part 4 and 5 were probably the best. I don't know if people are hanging around to continue to watch these or not, but I think part 4 and 5 are the best. So 4 will go up today. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you all later. Have a happy Thursday. Bye, guys.